Hi folks, I did this a couple of weeks ago and I quite like it. But the things I'd like to improve on, I'm not going to work over it. I'm going to do a larger version, but I'm probably going to put some much tree in. I like that sort of view. I was watching a very famous film on the BBC yesterday afternoon, a miserable day. Great Expectations, Dickens, starring John Mills, a very young John Mills and Alec Guinness. Superb film, even though it's corny now because it's very old, but lovely picture. But it starts out on the marshes. Now I can't remember where the marshes, where they filmed the marshes that they filmed it on. Well, with the convicts anyway. I've got an idea. It was Hackney Marshes, but I'm not sure. It might well be further down the Thames. But nevertheless, it just inspired me to do another version of a Saltmarsh. So I'll just put that up on my laptop, as a memoir, and I'll just make my usual start. I've got a nice big brush. This one's sort of wearing out now. So I'm using a bit of ultramarine, bit of cad red for the sky, a bit of yellow ochre, but the main colour is going to be light red and sap green. No, not light red. Red ochre. I've ordered a big tube of red ochre from somewhere. Quite expensive. It's artist quality. But I've got quite a bit of light red to use up, but can't even find it now. But I've bought quite a bit of paint lately. So if you want to contribute towards the cost of all this, you can help out by going on Patreon, my Patreon channel. Not compulsory, but every little help helps. I spend a lot of time doing this. Right, okay. It's just an old varnish brush, well battered. So I'm going to stick it in the oil, just ordinary linseed oil, and do some marshy sort of colours. There's a little bit of a, that is dry, yeah, just about dry. I'll just see if I can lift that. I missed that one. I've got it. Yeah, gotcha. Right, there's plenty of cloth to wipe your brushes in. So when I wipe out, I've put a thick coat of gesso on the board. It's MDF, 2mm MDF, and I want the horizon quite low. And when it was dry, what did I do? Oh, I added a thin coat of just ordinary household emulsion, just to beef up the white, because when you lift out, you want it to go back to white rather than struggle. Now, there's another one here. Okay. If you're ever interested in purchasing any of these, they're the smaller ones anyway. I sell them on. Oh, I sell some of them on Etsy. They don't all go on Etsy. I've got about 60. I just sold 3 last week. This is very nice. I don't sell an awful lot on Etsy, but it's nice when it happens. Put a bit over the back there. Right, okay. Put that to one side. Let's get some of my other brushes. I seem to be missing a few brushes. Oh, there it is. This one. I'll just put a bit of ultramarine, a bit of the red. I'm just getting a bit of sky. A bit of red in there. Now we're making a painting, not making a copy of anything in particular. They all end up differently. Now a better grey in there would be maybe the red, the darker red, or the red ochre with a bit of ultramarine. Even that's not good. Let's put in a bit of blue. Right, clean the brush, have a swig of tea, shake that off a little bit, get some tissue, and I'm going to blot this and put some texture on it already, because it's a little bit running down the page. Okay, right, get me wafting brush and just gently blend it a little bit, get it into the trees. Right, okay, that's a nice overcast start to the picture. Let's put in some light now. Got another brush. So the inch varnish. Right, a bit of yellow ochre. Got a touch of red with that as well. Plenty of white. It's difficult to, with such a big ball, it's difficult to show me mixing this. But it's just a bit of white, ochre, yellow ochre, and red, touch of the ordinary cad red. Here we can blend all this, get that under there. Good shape on these. Oh, I love it. I've been looking forward to doing this all weekend. Well, since Saturday, because it's the last one I did was Saturday. I did 2 Saturday. I'll get some darker stuff up in that corner. So let's go back to the dark brush, the blue. Plenty of blue up there. Right, okay. We can start to model those trees now before we start blending that. Now I want a bit of water in this. Because we're talking marshes here, so we'll have a bit of, I'll have to put some of the sky colour in the marshes. So let's just Put a little bit of distance in there, I think, as if we're looking over an estuary. We'll put grasses across here. Look at that, horizontal. Okay, let's do some trees now. Am I going down here a bit? Well, I am going down here myself. But I don't want that horizontal to. Oh, that'll do. Right, let's get in some trees now. Get a tree brush. There's plenty of oil on there already, so I don't need to add more to this. Right, let's etch some. Okay. Now we'll do a bit the other side. Let's get that tree in, and then we can blend and merge. But I just want to get a good shape on this tree. Sorry if my head's getting in the way, but I can't see there. It's too. Oh, right. Let's just come away from the picture. Yeah, that looks quite nice. Let's get some dark in there. Get that red. That red's nice. So if you look at a landscape, especially this time of year, you'll see it's red and yellow, green, mostly with various combinations, different yellows, different reds, but they're red. It's red and green. Got a bit of shadow in there. So the darkest we're going to get is the red and the green mix. And then we'll right, I think I need to bring these trees down a bit further. Okay, right, we can. I think we can just let that go off a bit. Start working on the foreground a bit now. Well, that just goes a little bit tacky, then I can merge. Oh, we just want a load of. Water's going in there. Oh, my grass is there. Now, these grasses are like little banks, muddy banks. We want some red in there. Let's just turn my screen round so I can see it. Sorry about the movement. I'm liking that. Let's while that's going off, I'll just waft over the sky a bit. These do take a few days to dry, and I usually leave mine over the radiators. Gently soften down there, look. Oh. Okay, here. I'll have to move that because I can't. The light shining on there doesn't really affect you. Right? Oh, just bring some of that sky into the trees and the trees into the sky. Right, I've got to put my trunks in. Right, let's get some of this in. Right. Let that sky dry a bit more. I want it a bit more, probably a bit more cloud breaking through in it. So let's just let's do that while we're at it. Now, slowly wearing out. A bit of ochre, touch of red, pinch of white, touch of oil, just to make it a little bit fluid. And well, I've got to be careful there because you don't want to mirror the top the same shape as the cloud underneath. Right, okay, let that go for a minute. That's gone a little bit muddy there, so we're going to change that. I don't want C to be there. I really want some green. So let's mix a little bit of green with a bit of cad yellow, or maybe a bit of ochre, a bit of white. A bit darker than that, I think. Okay. We'll get this brush here, just so I can just lift out some of that there. Not enough real contrast there, but that's distant, so it take a while. I'm going to try to do this within the hour because I'd have to edit it otherwise. Get some darks. Yeah. Oh, that's not taking any green there. Let's get a stiffer brush. Okay, well I'll have to lift out rather than put in there then. Not sure about that one at the bottom. We'll take it out. Right, now we can play about with that. Oh, that's going a bit dark now. Right, let's just etch out a little bit of this. Right, let's get a cotton bud and start modelling this. Some trees on the marsh. Look, this is it all lifting out now and blending. Hey. Right, let's take out some of this. See, why you put a couple of coats of white or one gesso, and this so that you can rub back almost to the white. Right, now let's get that in there. We can put some white in there. We can drag down some of the reeds, the marsh grass. Okay, let's do some blending now. Let's give the brush a bit of a clean. It's a lovely big brush, 60mm super brush. I think this one came from Jackson's over in North London. I'll just stand for this. Okay, well, that's quite a nice sky, nothing wrong with that. It's casting a shadow, but I need to put that there because right. Oops. Now then, let's get some texture brushes. Nice one. Really cheap brushes. Not for the main laying, but for the texturing. Just bury these chunks with a bit of texture. Silence. Keep it dry. Once you've lifted the paint and the oil off, you've got to keep your brush dry, otherwise it'll just put it back on again. I might even leave that there. Just drag down some reflections. Oh. To bring that down, it's not straight there, is it? That's got some biggie ones here. that and fill in. Now, get a bit of tissue, see if we can put a little bit of detail in here, a bit more. God, my fingers are dry. Not rolling the tissue. Got a brush. But you don't want to do too much of this because it does get a bit corny just in some of the darks. Well, that does show up. I'm quite pleased with that. It's all in keeping. It's not an artificial white. It's a scraped back white. And I could do the bag just maybe just. No, that didn't work. Ow! Who did that? Got ultramarine on my brush now. My brush handle. Clean that off. What I could do is, it might be a bit corny, just put a bit of that white and a bit of ochre. Okay, well that's going to have to do, I think. Ah, that doesn't really work, does it? So let's just take that out. Right, I'm going to put that in the frame. And we'll have a look at it and see what it's like. So bear with me, my frame's ready. Just going to bang in 4 pins. Always the good bit. Let's put it in the frame. Oh, it doesn't fit. I thought it would. Hey, oh well, I can more or less show you. Messy now. Oh, I meant to trim that bit off. It was just, I trimmed the width, but the other bit, let's just put a couple of pins in that, just to hold it in. And I'll wait for that to dry. See, the old memory's going as well as the wrist. Right, well there we are, I see most of it. It's just about 1/8 of an inch too long. But it'll give you some idea. And I've got to take it out of the frame because I've damaged it a bit for the photograph. But let's just bring you back. Just turn it down. Oops, up there. There we are. So there's another marshy scene. I like doing them. So I think we could probably just put a bit of dark back there. But you can see where I've scraped. It doesn't matter, I'll soon tamp it back. But I was really looking forward to showing you that in the frame, but never mind, and I forgot to drink my tea as well. Ah, cold tea. Right, I hope you enjoyed that demonstration. Thanks for looking. I'm sorry about the frame, but I'll post a photograph of it on Facebook as well. And I hope you enjoyed that. So enjoy the rest of your day, folks, if I don't get around to doing any more. See you soon. Bye bye.